This is Joe Pryor of the virtual real estate team in Oklahoma City. I want to talk to the investors out there and kind of talk about how we establish an investment strategy for you. Now, first of all, the investors that I deal with are typically investors with a decent amount of money. They're not wealthy people by any means, but they're people that are investing for a reason. They're investing for retirement, or they're investing so they can pay for their son or daughter's college education. And so how you invest in real estate is going to be different from person to person. Everybody's going to have a different idea about where they want to get to. In other words, if you have a dollar figure of passive income, say it's $10,000 a month, that may be one thing that affects how you buy. The second thing is maybe your age affects you. If you're 55 years old, which I just recently dealt with an investor that just bought 3 homes from me this week, that is 55 years old. And they realize they're getting a little bit of a late start in this, and they want to be 65 to 70 years old with a good amount of passive income. Now, that's going to be a little different for them than it is for, say, a young 30-year-old, because that 55-year-old that came to me is somebody that does have some cash to work with, and so can buy multiple properties, and also has a faster track, a 10-year or 15-year track to get to where they want to go. However, if you're someone that's 30 years old and you want to do this on a safe, gradual basis, your investment strategy may be just a little bit different than someone else's is. It's also a question of how much risk you want to take. And so, I'm not a high-risk person. In Oklahoma City, of course, gratefully for me, dealing in Oklahoma City is not a high-risk market. It's not something that people are going to get rich quick on, but it is a very strong, stable market. And so I also deal typically overall with conservative investors. They're not going to roll the dice and see if the number comes up right at the crap tables. And so this is not the way you're going to invest in an Oklahoma City market. It's not a buy low, sell high. It's a long-term, steady cash flow market where investors of mine have held their property, well, in some cases, as much as 30 years. And so your investment strategy also depends on how much risk you want to take. And if risk is really important to you to keep low, then you're also going to go into Oklahoma City. So it's my job to understand where you're trying to go. It's my job to basically give you advice about this, and also maybe to put a little brakes on you. I'll give you one example. I had an investor who's a doctor out in California. He was getting wildly enthusiastic. I mean, it was just all of a sudden, I just want to buy as much as I can. And so he had bought about 5 properties from me, and he came to me and said, well, I can take an equity line of credit on my home and maybe buy 3 or 4 more. And I just basically said, I don't recommend that. It'd really be nice to sell 3 or 4 houses. I'm a real estate agent, but the thing is that I think taking that kind of equity, against your house to buy more property maybe is not the right thing to do. Now, if it's something that you're going to do, I can't stop you, but what I can do is advise you against it. And this is what we do in Oklahoma City. We're not here for the short term. We're here for the long term. I like the investors that bought from me in 2004 and 2005 and have now come back that the market's corrected. And they're buying more property. That is my job as an investment specialist. That's all I do. The other thing about my strategy that I'm going to deal with you on is the fact that I'm not going to tell you to put all your eggs in one basket. Now, that doesn't mean, okay, let's buy some duplexes as well as single family. But I want you to do what I would do and what I have done, which is diversify. Now, I will tell you right now, I'm just pretty much buying real estate because it's the best investment going right now. And it's something, of course, that I understand, and I like those dividends that come every month in terms of $400 or $500 a month positive cash flow. So I think right now real estate is a good investment, but I'm not going to be self-serving to the point that I say you shouldn't invest in other things. A diversified portfolio going to the future is something that's important to you. So the first thing that you and I are going to do when we get together is going to say, where are you trying to go? What kind of money do you have to deal with? How long are we going to go? 5, 10, 20 years in terms of buying property? And what kind of risk do you want to take? Because what I want to do is make sure that that plan for you is a plan for you and not me. This is Joe Pryor of the virtual realestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, where we deliver traditional real estate values at the speed of technology.